Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Figures I Would Love Mattel to Make video, which is going to focus on the main roster. We have done a couple of these videos before. We've looked at NXT and we've pointed out some of the superstars down there that need figures. We've gone back to the 90s and had a look at some superstars from the 90s that still don't have Mattel figures. But I thought I would bring it up to date. I'd bring it into the present. We are now going to look at the main roster, and we are going to have a look at superstars on the main roster that deserve wrestling figures. I can tell you I really wanted to include Sanity, but I just couldn't find the images to make it work, but they definitely would have been in this video. They have now made their debut. They debuted on a house show, so surely they will make their TV debuts soon on SmackDown Live. They will be a big deal. They are former NXT Tag Team Champions, obviously spearheaded by Eric Young as well, so that's something to get excited about, but they haven't made this list. Let's get to who has, and the first person is Bobby Lashley. Now, Bobby Lashley isn't setting the world on fire since he returned. He should be. He's a big deal. He is a former 4-time TNA Heavyweight Champion, 2-time ECW World Champion. He's had 17 MMA fights, and he won 15 of them. 5 of them were on Bellator, which is like the second biggest MMA promotion behind UFC. I really feel like this guy needs a manager that can shout about all these kind of achievements and accomplishments, because I just don't think that's really getting across to the audience, but he totally deserves a Mattel figure. I wouldn't mind a battle pack with his sisters in either. But yeah, he definitely has got big things on the horizon. The next figure is Drew McIntyre. Obviously, he came back. He was NXT champion. He got injured, but he's been brought up to the main roster. He's on the Raw roster at the moment. He's hanging around with Dolph Ziggler. They're sort of a tag team, not really a tag team. Very much like Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Sometimes they would tag together. Sometimes they just come down during each other's matches. They're clearly working together, and I think this is good for both wrestlers. We've obviously had a lot of Dolph Ziggler figures in the past. I don't feel like we need another one, but we definitely need a new Drew McIntyre. We have had Drew McIntyre figures in the past, but none of them look like this. He's bigger. He's a little bit more moodier than he used to be as well. He seems a bit more threatening. He's definitely evolved as a person, as a character, and I think a modern Drew McIntyre figure would be awesome. Next, one of the biggest superstars on the roster, Ronda Rousey. They have got to be working on a Ronda Rousey figure. I would imagine either what we saw at the Royal Rumble, or they might put her in like wrestling attire, so it'll be her WrestleMania attire. Either figure, both figures, I don't care. We just have to have a Ronda Rousey figure. She is one of the biggest signees in WWE history. She's obviously already had WrestleMania moments. She appeared at WrestleMania 31 with The Rock, and then she had a match against Steph, Triple H, at this year's WrestleMania 34. She's rumoured to be headlining WrestleMania 35 against Charlotte. I mean, this woman is already achieving big things. We need that figure. That is going to be huge when that hits the shelves. I can imagine them doing it as some sort of entrance grate, really trying to get money out of people. I can't imagine Mattel are just going to release a basic. I'd imagine this is going to be, you're going to have to spend some money to get this. Next up, the Bludgeon Brothers. We have had Eric Rowan figures, we have had Luke Harper figures, but I do think this is a very interesting gimmick. They're not my favourite tag team. They are the current SmackDown Live tag team champions. It'd be cool if the belts came with the battle pack, but you don't tend to get accessories anymore. In fact, it might be better if these were released as 2 elites rather than a battle pack, because I'm not even sure you would get the bludgeoning mallets. I don't even know what they're called. The bludgeon devices. I don't think you would get those in a battle pack. So yeah, unless it's like one of those Hall of Champions battle packs. I'm not sure, but we definitely need the masks. We definitely need the mallets, and it would be nice to have the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Next up, we've got another tag team, sort of. They do tag team together from time to time, but it's Rusev Day. Rusev Aiden English, happy Rusev Day. This is one of the biggest gimmicks in WWE right now. Every day is Rusev Day, and we need that Rusev figure that says happy Rusev Day. It'd be really cool if it came with Aiden English. The only Aiden English figures we've had so far have been Vaudevillain. Aiden English, obviously he's changed and evolved a little bit since then. So I just think this would be a really fun battle pack, and it would be fine as a battle pack. We don't necessarily need any accessories. They could paint the t-shirt onto the torso of Rusev and just have it say Happy Rusev Day. That's fine. It'd be cool actually if both of them were wearing Happy Rusev Day t-shirts. I only just thought about that. So yeah, however it comes, but we definitely need it. Next up, this might raise a few eyebrows, but Nicholas, he is a former Raw Tag Team Champion. He did have one of the biggest WrestleMania moments this year, and also we likely won't see him again. So if you want to do Nicholas against Brock Lesnar, or even have Nicholas turn on Braun Strowman, you're only going to be able to do it in the Mattel figure world, or you might be able to craft him on like 2K19 or something. But Mattel should definitely get a Nicholas figure out. I'm not sure if he's signed to a contract. He probably isn't, which means we probably never will get this figure. But I do think it would be a fun little figure to release. It only needs to be a basic. They don't need an elite or an entrance grade. They really don't need an entrance grade. The guy hasn't got an entrance. But yeah, let's get a Nicholas in the line. Just a few more then. Cedric Alexander. He is obviously the current reigning Cruiserweight Champion. He's been on the roster for a long time. He went through that whole Cruiserweight Classic, put on one of the best matches in that Cruiserweight Classic. He's been ever present on 205 Live. He's now the Cruiserweight Champion. I can see him holding that championship for quite some time. So he's quite an important character now. So we definitely need a Cedric Alexander. The final one, I can't believe I've not mentioned this before. Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, the current reigning United Kingdom champion. Still only the second person to hold that championship. I think he's the second longest reigning champion as well, just behind Brock Lesnar. So yeah, Pete Dunne, I mean, this guy, he's going to be huge. He's going to be absolutely huge. There will come a point where he'll get called up to the main roster. I'm sure of it. I think they're saving him for the UK division. I can't see him staying in that for that long. He's too big of a star. Like, people really like him and have connected to him. I think the future is very, very bright for the Bruiserweight, and we need the figure. Like, we should have had a figure already. So far, we've only had Tyler Bate from that United Kingdom Championship. That figure was okay. Came with the UK Championship title, which is very, very cool. Well worth getting for that reason alone. Plus, Tyler Bate is one of my favourite wrestlers. He's so young, but just so good in the ring. And really, the reason he's so good is because he's been stealing shows with Pete Dunne. So we need Pete Dunne. And that is it, guys. I could have gone on. We could have spoke about the B team. Obviously, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. We could have spoke about Shelton Benjamin. We could have spoke about the Iconics. Could have spoke about Liv Morgan, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. You know, the list goes on. But yeah, I had to kind of draw the line somewhere. So I've kept it to these 8 basics and battle packs. But I would love to know your thoughts. Who is it that you want to see Mattel make? Is there anyone from the main roster that I really should have included in this list? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, smash the subscribe, because I'm sure we definitely will do another one of these, focusing on a different era, or maybe we'll have a look at the Cruiserweights. Maybe we'll go down to 205 Live, because there's plenty of superstars there that deserve Mattel wrestling figures. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.